It's okay.
Green light, watch that green light.
Hey yo, hey yo. Tough as balls is back on the airways on this Thursday, May 6th. And it's a nice sunny day here for once. Coming to the studio. And it's nice and sunny, you know what I'm saying? Got my brother, the freaking Puerto Rican, in the building as always. And as you can see, you see what's going on today. Let me stand up a little bit. Let people see this. You see what's
Yes.
going on
Yes.
today. You know what the boop is going on. Yes, we
Yeah,
got a
we're
good
we're happy.
we got a good show. Good show today, man. We gonna get into some boxing because some crazy news in that world.
Oof.
And some NBA, some NFL, and of course, some MLB. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all
Yes.
that today, man.
Let's
But
go
yeah,
Yankees.
yeah, yes, sir, man. Let's go ahead and get it started so we can end the show well. Talking about the team that's on a roll right now. How many games is it? Five, six in a row? Six in a row?
Five in a row. Five in a
Five
row.
in a row.
And counting. And counting.
You know what I'm saying? I was a little nervous. But yeah, we're
You
gonna get into
was.
all that.
You
Yeah, I
was,
was,
but
yeah,
I wasn't.
yeah,
You was, but
yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna get into all that later. But let's go ahead and keep some order here and get into
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
boxing
let's do that.
because bro, you know how we do here. We don't end the show with no bad news. We talk about it, get it out the way so we can keep it moving. You know what I mean? So, but it's other stuff going on with boxing, but we're gonna start off with some crazy news that is going on in boxing with boxer by the name of Felix Verdejo.
Yeah.
Verdejo.
Yeah. Felix Verdejo. Yes.
He man, I couldn't believe this news. This almost shocked me like when Arturo Gotti when he was murdered, you know what I mean?
Right.
When you hear news like that and
Well, it reminded me of Aaron Hernandez.
well, yeah,
He's a guy that has everything,
yes.
and he throws it all away.
Yeah, so he murders his pregnant girlfriend. And the details, it just sound like it's something out of a movie. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was violent, and then there's a injection with some
Right.
solution of sort, and she's bound and weighted down. And while she's going in the water drowning, he shoots at her. I'm like,
He shoots at her.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
I
What
mean,
what is going on? I mean, I understand like boxing and violent sports like that, like football, the
yep.
brain, you have issues there, but man, to go out in detail with how he, tried to plan it because the person that helped him is the one that's helping the police right now.
Yep.
And I mean, I asked you, I say, should we talk about this on the show? And you were like, yeah.
Yeah,
That yeah.
because it goes to show you, Marcus, that another guy, a young guy who has his whole career ahead of him, does something stupid to jeopardize everything he's worked hard for, everything he's planned all his life to be, and something like this just ends his career, ends his payday, ends his career, ends his boxing career. Now he's facing the death penalty from what I heard.
Yeah.
Top ranked already uh, took him
Yeah, they
off the
cut.
posters and took him up. Yeah, they cut ties with him. So he's kind of like in a no win situation. as far as his career is just down the tube. And it's a sad story, and it sort of reminded me of Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, it is kind of a reminder of Hernandez, but man, when I just don't know how to come at stories like that because it makes me angry. But this is a podcast. We can talk like how we want to talk,
Oh
but
no, this
we
is
don't we don't
we
use
give the truth.
yeah, we don't, we try to keep it clean,
And real and real.
family oriented. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna swear, but man,
Well,
if this was
I will.
you know
You leave that up to me, Marcus. I'll do that.
yeah, but it's just unbelievable that but we you thought you were gonna get away with it? Like I don't understand what goes through. And maybe that
It's
goes to the brain there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
it's crazy just to think that people that do things like this, like we're living in a world with modern technology. So anything you do, as they say, in the dark is going to come
It's
out in
gonna
the
come
light.
to light. Yeah. Yeah.
So, especially with all technology we have. So, I mean, I pray for him. I pray for his family. I pray for the victim's family. Um, I hope that, you know, things will get solved, things take its course, and
Well, you think, yeah,
all over she was pregnant from what the story
but
is.
that's why I was about to get to, bro. Like she's pregnant, and you you being around people from the streets and they've been to jail is one thing. They don't go for is that the molesters and the child murderers and
Right.
the women murderers and rapists.
Yes.
They don't go for that just. So I don't know how, he's going to get tried in Puerto Rico, right? That's where he's.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
don't know how it's going to be for him I don't know if they're going to have him in isolation, but if he's around others, is
Or
he going
around
to
others that
survive?
are, or yeah, he'll survive, but unless he's around others that are in her family,
And that's
then,
that's a
then,
bro. When that story gets out, the story's out there that, she was pregnant, you
right.
know, it's certain codes in certain groups that
Yeah.
you don't cross those lines. And if you cross that line, they come across you, then you're going to have a problem.
Well, the case has outraged many in Puerto Rico. So, and especially when they recently found another woman burned to death after she filed a domestic violence complaint. So, and that a judge dismissed that case. Yes. So, I mean, I don't know how the judicial system is in Puerto Rico. I guess it's everywhere the same. In some countries, it's not. It's guilty before you're proven innocent, and in
Yeah.
some it's innocent before proven guilty. So let's see what happens. We'll find out more about this story as time goes on. He's not scheduled to appear in court. They haven't set a court date for him.
Mhm.
But we'll see. It's just a sad story
It
all the
is.
way around.
Yeah, that's why I
All
had
the
to
way
get
around.
it out the way, man. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah, it's
know,
a sad story all the way around. But
I
we'll
mean,
hear more about it.
yeah, I mean, I wanted to talk about it. That's why I asked you. I'm like, should we talk about it? You said yeah. So
Yeah, because it's just
let's,
another case, Marcus, of a young athlete who has everything in front of him decides to throw everything away,
yeah, yeah. That was it
and
kind of
it's sad.
it reminded me of what was that? The whole was that Ray Carew? That whole
Yes,
his whole thing and his pregnant girlfriend survived. I mean, dying and his baby who ended up being a boy, baby boy, end up surviving and end up, having a lifetime disability
right,
because of that. And
yeah,
her mother raised a child, and Ray
right,
Cruz he got out some time ago, and the grandmother she's not going to keep him from seeing the kid.
right,
You got to be a strong person with somebody that murdered your daughter and you taking care of his blood basically,
hmm
and you're saying he still needs his dad as a grandma. You know what I mean? You to be that person, I don't know if I could do that. You know what I mean? So that's why this whole the whole story with Felix kind of
That,
reminded me of that, you know. But
and that
now this baby didn't have a chance at all. His kid
right.
had a chance, but you see the what happened after he did that. You see his child has a lifetime disability because
Well,
of
let's
what he did.
let's not forget the grandma in Ray's Rice. I mean, Caruth's cakes, is it that we're talking about?
Mm,
Um, she's old school. So and she's probably a churchgoer. She probably believes in forgiveness and stuff like that. And daddy's baby. It'd be a tough call for me.
man,
I tell you that. I
I say
mean,
that's one of my problems with the church. Like, I couldn't do it. I'm not that.
you can
No,
you can
I couldn't.
remember. You can remember. You don't ever forget. But I mean, I get what she's saying that
I mean,
the
but
kid
you couldn't be
needs the
mad at
dad.
her. You couldn't be mad at her. She said no, he can't be in a child.
Right. Right. No, you can't. No.
You know
No.
what I
No.
mean? And
I
that
just
would be
want to know
me.
when the kid grows up and then he asks his father what happened to mom. Then, yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
my whole point, bro. So
yeah.
it's
What are you gonna
crazy.
tell the kid?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, it'll probably end up being some TV or some Hollywood production movie because that's
Yeah.
what exactly what it sounds like.
Well,
You know,
well,
when you
well.
go
We
into
know
the
that
details.
We know Verdejo's getting the death penalty. They already said they. So
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. It's
yeah,
available in Puerto Rico. We'll see what happens.
yeah. It sounds like they don't play in Puerto Rico. So I
Yeah.
think that's good for him, and you know, it won't bring her back, but
Right.
hopefully justice will be served for.
Let's keep Keisha in prayer too. Let's keep
Yeah,
that whole family
yeah, man.
um in family because I know they're going through a rough.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You breaking up, bro, but yeah, they're going through a rough time. So that family definitely in our prayers as we I'm going to move along as we stay in boxing. We're going to stay in boxing, and we had a fight this past we Andy Ruiz
Yeah,
had a fight, and I didn't
good
see
fight
the.
too.
You watched
Good
it?
fight.
I didn't
Yeah, yeah.
catch
I
the
watched
fight.
it. Good fight.
I watched some highlights. I guess he got caught with one, but you know, it dropped him to a knee. He bounced right back up. I mean, he looked in better shape than he was in his last fight we saw him when he lost the
Yes,
championship. So,
yes.
and he's been training. He was training with Canelo. I saw a video of that. So, but I think I saw this on Instagram or something, and someone said, who should be his next fight?" And they showed a couple fighters, but the main one they showed that I noticed was Deontay Wilder. And what
He
you
wants
think,
no part
bro?
of. I don't think he wants
Should
no part of
should
DeAndre.
the he posted? I think this was Andy Ruiz who shared it. He posted like he would he would he
Andy
would he would
Andy Ruiz-
he would take that. Wait a minute.
Andy.
Let me ask the question first.
Okay, go ahead. I'm not gonna. You go ahead.
Should Andy Ruiz fight Deontay Wilder?
Well, if he wants a payday, if he wants to make some
And that's
money,
all.
yeah,
That's all that's going to happen.
yeah. That's all. Yeah, if he wants to make some money, yeah. Um,
So
but
is
I
he?
don't
He's
think.
like is he like the Vince McMahon That he's like the Vince McMahon theme music. There's no chance
Yeah,
in hell.
yeah. No, I don't
No
think he
chance.
wants no part. I don't think he wants no part of.
Wilder. You don't think so? I don't know, man. I think Deontay been out of the ring for some time, man, and he needs a warm up fight. We getting
Fight.
huh? What was that,
So
bro?
Ariola almost won that fight. I saw the whole fight. He had him. If Ariola would have thrown a couple more punches, he might have
Mm-hmm.
won that fight. Um, but I don't think he's in Wilder's class yet. He's just looking for a payday. Anybody can shout out, I want you in the ring, blah, blah, blah. We know what it's about, Marcus. Boxing is all about money. They're
Yeah,
looking for a payday. I don't think he's ready for Wilder yet.
yeah. Wilder needs a warm-up fight, man. He's been out of the ring for some time.
Well, then go ahead, Andy, give it to him then, because that's what he's gonna. That'll be a good fight. Now, if
Well, his
Ruiz
last
does
fight
beat,
was Tyson Fury. That's was
right,
Wilder's last fight.
if Ruiz does somehow upset Wilder, then we're talking about.
You're breaking up, bro. If Ruiz can upset Wilder, then maybe we talking. I don't know. In my opinion, maybe we're talking a number 2 fight. What were you talking a rematch if he upsets Wilder? If Ruiz upset Wilder, will we be talking about a rematch between those two?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but like you just said, Areola, he has a
Ariola
fair
is a
case.
proof.
He has a fair case to get a rematch as well.
Right, and he's a proven fighter. He's old school Mexican. They're both he was an old school Mexican fighter. They the Mexicans have a lot of heart when it comes to boxing.
Oh, they're tough, man.
They're tough, and he gave him a good fight. So if he gets the rematch with Ariola, that'd be good. But if he wants Wilder, then good luck.
Bro, like I'm gonna watch, but I know what's going to be.
Because I think Wilder is ready to get back in the ring.
I see him training, and it looks like he's trying to get more of his boxing because Wilder's a knockout artist. He's a slugger,
right?
He's not really technical, but it looked like that's what he's been working on. Hopefully, because he's gonna. I mean, dude, you're not going to have too many years. You're going to want Tyson Fury again, or you're going to want Anthony Joshua. So you got to get back up to that spot. It's not going to just be given to you just because you're Deontay Wilder, just because you got the bomb squad and all that. You know what I mean? That's my boy. I love Deontay Wilder. I want to see him.
Me too.
I want to see him as the undisputed champion. I want to see Wilder, but what's talking about fight? Have they even finalized the Joshua and Fury fight? It's not even finalized yet, right?
I think it's like 99.9% finalized.
I mean, if we don't see a poster with the date and time, then
then we're ready.
It's just a dream match. It's just a dream match at this point.
But I think it's going to happen June, July, and Fury's already talking junk. He already said if Joshua can go.
Oh, wait, bro. Gotta hold that because you're breaking up. I don't want to want people to miss this because this is important if you're saying about what they're saying between Joshua and
Fury's making a lot of statements, bro.
So what is it? What did he say?
If he goes past the 3rd round, he will quit and hand the belt over to Joshua.
Fury's a man of his word too. Like he's one guy that he sticks to his guns. He a man of his word. I believe him. I don't know. You believe him? I don't know. Like you believe him?
He thinks he really can knock Joshua out.
You think it's just antics to try to draw interest?
Yeah, that's all.
He's good at
Muhammad
that.
Ali.
Well, he's good at
Muhammad Ali.
Well, yeah, he's good at that. That's why WWE has, brought him in a couple times, and he's still trying.
He ain't Muhammad Ali. He ain't Ali.
Well, Muhammad Ali is one of his idols. He said, what I mean. And that's where he gets his smack talking from. And I give it to him to be, what I mean. I'm not going front, like Conor McGregor is rude, but Fury is slick with how he insults you. You know what I mean?
And he's not a bad boxer.
You know what I mean? No, I'm just talking about from when it comes to like white boys that talk trash.
Right.
Conor is disrespectful.
There ain't too many.
That's why I'm saying that's good at it. Good at it. Conor is good. Conor is good at it. Conor McGregor is good at it, but he's disrespectful. But Fury is good at it. He's slick with it. You know what I mean? He's smart. He's very technical.
He knows what to say. Yeah, he knows
exactly. He chooses his words and he draws you in. That's why you didn't even think. I didn't think he had a chance against Wilder, but I mean, he schooled him.
Yeah, he schooled him. He definitely schooled him. Yeah.
So yeah, man. You say Andy Ruiz don't want Wilder. I mean, I would watch it. You know,
Yeah, we're back. We're fans. We're gonna watch
yeah,
it,
we're
but
gonna watch it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't expect that fight to go one kaboom or one power punch from Wilder and it's done.
Yeah, yeah.
If Ariola can put him on his knees, a washed up 40-year-old fighter, because that's what Ariola is a washed
Yeah,
up fighter.
yeah,
Then phew,
yeah,
DeAndre
man.
was just Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think he can
Deontay.
stand up from a DeAndre right
Yeah.
like he did with Ariola.
Boom. Those heavy power hits, man. Deontay Wilder
And let's not forget,
drop bombs.
speaking of boxing, let's not forget this Saturday,
Yeah, that's why we get right into talking about Andy
Canelo.
Ruiz was training with Canelo, and Canelo has a fight this weekend against Billy Joe Saunders.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm a little interested because this is a better fight than his last few that I haven't watched. I just haven't watched because the opponents haven't been interesting in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's still not a big name, but I'm going to watch it. They're doing it in Texas in Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium.
Gonna be
So
sold out, gonna be packed.
is it that they just said all
It's Texas. They're
everything's
open. It's an
lifted?
open state. Everything's lifted in Texas, so you already know. And
Oh,
you already know. But speaking about that fight, yeah, like you said, Marcus, it's interesting. I just don't have faith in those England fighters.
yeah.
Every fighter that's Canelo's fought from England, he's either knocked them out, one technical knockout in the fourth round, one or haven't lasted more than 7-8 rounds.
I don't
Billy
know
Joe
what it is
Saunders is
about that.
undefeated.
I don't know about that side of the ocean, but you don't really see too many. And I could be overlooking, I could be forgetting some fighters, but I
And
mean, like
Lennox
nice
Lewis.
sides, nice sides fighters, uh,
There's been a few that have been good.
Like Canelo side that's good, that's slick with movement. You know what I mean? Even
Right.
Anthony, when you look at Anthony Joshua as a heavyweight, like you look at Fury moves way better than Joshua.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and
Yeah.
you don't see that with like I said, I could be overlooking, you know, was it Prince Nassim? Where was he from? UK?
Yeah, he was
you know,
from somewhere out there.
so
Yeah.
I forget what country he's from, but my bad if I'm overlooking, but it just seems like the Mexican fighters and American fighters, and with
Are
certain
better.
styles, they just
Are
can't,
better.
they don't win.
They
Yeah,
can't. And Saunders is let's not. I mean, Saunders is 30-0 with 14 KOs.
yeah.
Um, so that's not a bad record. Does he have the power to match Canelo? I don't think so. Does he have the ring size? I mean, compared to the fighters Canelo's fought to the ones that Billy Joe Saunders has fought, there's no comparison. So I don't even see this fight lasting more than 5 or 6 rounds, bro. We're gonna see another Canelo victory, and this is for the undisputed, I think.
Yeah, this is all the
For the
belts.
undisputed. So I wonder when Canelo does that, if he's gonna continue fighting at that weight, or does he come down to fight one of his to see if he comes down and fights at a lesser weight to fight one of those guys.
I don't know. I gotta see if he's going to fight somebody that's worth the challenge. Are we going to see him against PBC fighters? Are we going to see him against top ranked fighters? That's what I care about. I don't care about
Right.
these. I want big names. Boxing is about the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Packing the house, putting on a show. You know what I mean? So I don't care about these smaller names. It's gotta be a name. It's gotta be a name, man. You know.
Well, he's gonna fight Billy
He's
Joe
with the
Saunders.
Zone. It's just everything's crazy. You got the Zone, and you got Top Rank, and you got PBC, and it's just.
Well, he's gonna fight Billy Saunders. That's a super middleweight fight at 168 pounds. If he drops down to middleweight, then Gennady Golovkin, Triple G is still out there. He's the IBF champion. Demetrius Andre
You
It's
think
the
people
W.
still want to see Triple G? Because even though he lost
I
twice
mean,
to
I think. Well,
Canelo,
I don't think he lost the first fight.
no, I don't
I
think
don't
he
think he
lost the
lost
first
that
fight
first
at
fight. So
all.
I think it's
In
one
my
and one.
opinion, he won both fights, but that's just me. Because I'm watching Canelo in that second fight. I'm like, even though Canelo hit more, I'm like, his punches were,
I
they
think
weren't,
I think
and
I think it's 1-1. I think
you think so?
Triple G won the first fight, Canelo won the second, so they have to be a third fight. But
I don't know. I think boxing.
Triple G's getting old.
Yeah, and he hasn't.
He hasn't fought in a while.
We haven't seen him in a while.
I think Canelo's next fight, if he comes down from the 168 middleweight. Now here's an interesting fight. Let's see Jamal Charlo versus Canelo
Now that's what I'm
at
talking about.
at
You talking about a
160.
name?
At 160. Let's see that fight.
Yeah,
Let's go for that fight.
Yeah, well, that's a name.
Let Canelo come down. Yeah.
To me, that's
Or
a name.
even Demetrius Andrade. I mean that's another name that's out there.
Yeah. As long as it's a name that people are familiar with, and then that can get
Or if Canelo wants to come down to the junior middleweight, which it's 154 pounds, 160 to 154, he can drop still that.
Yeah.
Then you're talking about the Charlo brothers, both of them. Lara.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some fights out there for Canelo, but
fighting these name, bro.
Fighting these England fighters, that ain't gonna cut it. We already know what's gonna happen, Mark.
Yeah, that's all I care about is the name. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
And like you said, we probably know the
outcome. Come down to 160. Tell Canelo to stop fighting these bums out in England, because that's all he's fighting. He's fighting bums. Even though they're undefeated, they have one loss, they're all bums. Tell him to come down and weight at 160 to fight Jamal Charlo. That's the fight I want to see Canelo take. Come on down 8 pounds. It's only 8 pounds. Come on down. Go fight Charlo. I want to see that.
8 pounds is I don't know.
I want to see that fight. It's only 8 pounds, Marcus. I can drop 8 pounds in 2 weeks.
I don't know. I seen some. I don't know. He's got. I don't know. Canelo doesn't have a small frame, so I don't know how he'll look with.
Well, he's fighting at 168 right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so if he drops down 8 pounds, I mean, if he drops down 8 pounds, he's at 160. Then let's get it on. Jamal Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. Now that would be a fight. Let's see that.
All right. We going before we get out of box. We're just gonna pose this question. I don't want to spend too much time because we love boxing, so we talk about boxing the whole episode.
Of course.
But, before we move on, coming up soon, we have the whole Logan Paul versus Mayweather fight. So, I've got the question here. In your opinion, bro, does Logan Paul versus Mayweather tarnish Floyd's career? Like, what do you think? Does it tarnish his career?
No, because we all know that he's doing it for money.
Yeah, it's for money, but it's a joke. Like,
it is a joke, and we kind of figure Mayweather will win. He'll get another 100 million from the TV viewers and the money.
This is not Jake Paul. This is not Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. This is like the man has been the man his whole career.
Right.
Undefeated.
And here's a guy, and here's a guy that just wants to step in the ring with him to see if he's for real or not.
A guy that's popular from YouTube and social media. That's
right.
That's what Logan Paul is.
I wouldn't
even. Don't get me wrong. They probably have good trainers and all that crap, but
listen, if
I don't know, man.
If I was Mayweather, I would never. I wouldn't.
I'm just going to watch it because it's Mayweather. Like, but
right,
everybody's
like, watch it.
Oh, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, no.
And I'm not going to be like. And I'm not going to be talking trash when you at the end when Mayweather wins. I'm not going to be like, yeah, he won. Like,
Marcus, I'm almost 60 years old. If I fall asleep before the fight and don't watch it, I'm happy. I'll read about it the next day.
Oh, as we move on to the NBA. Enough about that.
Yeah.
As we move on to the NBA, not going to spend too much time on this first one either because we keep bringing this team up in our NBA questions, but since they lost 2 in a row to this team, I gotta ask that question, man. I gotta ask that question. Can the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Brooklyn Nets if they face them in the playoffs?
No. And I'll tell you why. Because remember, we said this millions and millions of times. It's a different season come playoff time. Yes, the Bucks have beat them in back-to-back games, but the Rockets, the Nets were missing James Harden.
Yeah,
James Harden in both games. James Harden is a big factor once the playoff starts. If they would have beat the Nets with Harden in 2 games, then I would have said, maybe the Bucks got their number.
But before they even played, what you just seeing Kyrie and Durant on the floor, you still were in bet on the Nets winning that game?
No, not necessarily,
like,
because it's regular season.
You got Giannis. So who's the other guy? Middleton. That's the other.
Middleton.
That's
Brook Lopez. DeSanto. That team's not going to beat the Nets in the playoffs. Not unless
say James Harden is not able to come back. He's going to be out for if James Harden come back, it'll be the second round, but he's not going to be in his first round. And if they have to face them, I'm just saying if I'm not.
Then they got a chance. Okay.
I'm not looking at their rankings and looking at who is going to face who right now if the playoffs started today. But I'm just saying if the Bucks face the Nets in the first round, you know what I mean? Without James Harden, and James Harden not able to come back,
then they might have a shot. Yes, they might have a shot. But with Harden, they don't beat the Nets.
All right.
If Harden plays from game 1 to games 5, 7, I think the Nets will take about in 6. They might get a couple games, but they won't beat them in the series. Not if they have those 3 on the floor. If they have Harden, Kyrie, and Durant on the floor, they won't beat the Nets.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I could appreciate that. When it comes to what's going on in Brooklyn. But yeah, like you said, if Harden doesn't play, then they have a chance.
Yeah.
And talking about Harden and a point guard. Talk about Harden, Kyrie. Talking about point guards. We got the question here, bro, because people been bringing it up and people, talking about Steph Curry and this person and that person. So I asked the question: who is the greatest point guard of all time, in your opinion?
I've seen a lot of basketball in my life since the 70s. I've seen
point guard, what a point guard job is supposed to be, and who did that the best.
I've seen Tiny Archibald. I've seen Walt Frazier. I've seen a lot of guys, but the one that, and this is my opinion, of course, and we're on Tough as Balls. We give you the truth. Magic Johnson is the best point guard ever.
See, not only do we have agree with the Yankees, because if you disagree, if you said someone else, I was going to say Magic Johnson because didn't see Tiny, I didn't see a lot of other players. Why. I seen Isaiah, I seen John Stockton, I seen
there's a whole bunch of good ones.
All the greats, Tim Hardaway, you seen all those, all those dudes. But we're talking about what a point guard's job is supposed to do. He can score if he can, but he's supposed to be a facilitator. He's supposed to make everyone around him better. And today, I mean, LeBron does that. LeBron makes people around him better. LeBron, and you can compare him. You can compare him to Magic Johnson, but Magic Johnson, in our opinion, is the greatest point guard of all time.
Magic Johnson took the point guard to a different level.
Yes. Well, he was 6'9". You didn't see that back
exactly. Exactly. He took it to another level, which meant you can post it when they were playing. They didn't have zone defenses back then. You had to play
No.
man to man.
Yep.
So he could take the little guard down that was 6'3", 6'4" at that time, 6'5", post him up in the post,
Yeah.
and just score on him at will with that the baby hook that
Yeah.
he had, the Kareem, the baby junior
Yeah.
hook, the sky hook,
Exactly.
the junior sky hook. But he revolutionized the point guard, a 6'9" guy, and he wasn't as good a shooter until later in his
No,
career when he
later.
learned
Yeah.
how to shoot.
Yeah.
But as far as passing the ball, as far as dribbling, as far as defense, as far as the other team
Court
trying
vision.
to, yes,
Court vision.
and the pass.
You did not know where the ball, on a fast break, who's the ball going to? You don't know who the ball's going to. You don't even know who Magic saw before, or what plays see before the fast break even started. You don't know where the ball's going. You never knew where the ball was going.
Magic Johnson, and you better be prepared to be aware because he can hit you anywhere on the court.
Hey,
yeah. He's Showtime. But
you know what I mean?
like me and you both agree that Magic Johnson was the best point guard ever. If I was to choose a point guard, Magic Johnson would be my
yes, every time. We
every
agree
time.
on that. And before we get out of basketball, bro, I just wanted to pose this question because I looked at the standings, in the Western Conference.
I'm looking at him right now.
The Phoenix Suns,
yes,
are tied with the Utah Jazz.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
Utah's a game.
Okay, they're game up now, but they were tied with them. Yeah.
Yes,
they were tied with them. But
you want to know why?
So they are atop of the West.
You want to know why?
Along with the Utah Jazz.
You want to know why?
Why?
Chris Paul.
Dude, he makes when he was Oklahoma City last season.
Everywhere that Chris Paul goes, he makes that team. You talk about great point guards. He's my number 2.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. Because everywhere Chris Paul goes, he makes that team better.
So you think the Suns are the best team in the West right now?
No, I still think Utah is. Utah's going.
Okay.
Yeah, Utah's still going through a little minor. They're going through a little minor slump and everything like that. But Utah's been the best team in the Western Conference the whole year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dogfight though till the end of the season to see who gets that number 1 spot. But I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix does overtake them. I wouldn't be surprised. But
I'm shocked to see where they at because Ayton looks better since Chris Paul.
Yeah,
he actually looks like starting to look like a star this season.
And then you
because we were wondering about him, like I don't know, he's not going to pan. He's not panning out.
Right?
But
no, he's
looking like
ball.
a
Atkins
good big man. Of course, yes. Devin Booker, that dude, man, that boy.
Yeah, he can ball.
He
can ball.
So I mean, I'm excited to see what happens with. I'm just excited to see how far Chris Paul can go with this team, man.
Yo, the Western Conference, the Mavericks are playing a lot better.
Yeah, it's
with
getting
Luka
exciting.
down there. Denver's playing a lot better. The Clippers are playing a lot better.
Yeah, we only got a couple weeks left, man.
Yeah, and then the playoffs start. Yeah, Knicks and Celtics, first round. Let's go, baby.
You know what I mean? Let's go. All right, man. Let's move on because we getting short on time. But
okay.
We got some stuff to talk about NFL and MLB. But before the MLB, let's get into the NFL stuff. And since we had the draft last week, and you watched the draft, did you watch all? I watched
the first couple of rounds.
First couple rounds. Okay, so in your opinion, which team had the best draft?
That's tough to say.
Or is that tough? I think it's tough too, bro.
It's tough to say because I think every team got what they needed. In this draft, a lot of good athletes and good players came out of this draft. This is one of the best, I think, one of the best. It's up there ranking wise.
I think because you're saying every team basically got filled the position they wanted to get filled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that and the draft was long. Everybody got what they wanted to get, and they even if they didn't, they traded up. I think if I was to choose one, I think the sleeper for me would be
Oh, you're breaking up, bro. Yeah, hold that thought because you saying who you think the the sleeper of the draft was, which team was the sleeper, that possibly I think you're
Miami.
saying got some good players. Who's the
Yes,
sleeper?
Miami got a lot of good players. I think
So
they
you think it's
they
the Dolphins? The Dolphins had the sleeper draft. Yeah, you're saying the Dolphins. Oh man, we gotta fix this little issue here, but yeah, you're breaking up again. Uh so let's get this clear. You're saying them Miami Dolphins had the, or were the sleeper.
yeah, they're the sleeper. I think
Okay.
they got everything that they needed, and plus, don't remember, uh, Belichick's former coach is down there now running that system as a Patriot. He's running that Patriots
Oh
offense, and
yeah.
they're,
Well,
they,
you
they're
saw, yeah. You saw the defense kind of, go down a little bit because he's not there anymore. So
right.
yeah, man. Let's see
It,
you
everybody
know
got good.
yeah,
Everybody got better.
everybody
Let's
got
put it
so
that way.
yeah,
Everybody got better. They
let's see how
traded
they
better.
do. Let's see how they do. Then maybe we can evaluate it again after the season to say who
Yes.
really, who really got the most production out of, their
Yeah, the
draftees.
Dolphins, Waddle, Phillips, they drafted
Yeah,
pretty
they
good,
did
man.
pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, man. As we move on, talking about the draft and keeping it bringing it to the AFC. With the Chiefs, as the Chiefs, right now they're the kings. They're the kings of the I can't stand them either. They're the kings of the AFC. But talking about the draft and all the that happened to them last season, how good they looked last season. Um, are the Browns the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
It's tough to say. Yeah, the Browns were exciting last year, but I still think um, Buffalo in the AFC
Buffalo's
is
the
still Buffalo. The Bills are still the team. Uh, I think they're right behind them. Um, we know Pittsburgh is on a downswing.
yeah,
Cincinnati's not going to be that good, I don't think yet, but they still got Joe Burrows over there, so I don't know.
yeah.
Um, Cleveland and Baltimore are going to fight for that AFC North division, so that's going to be a good one. Cleveland's got potential. Mayfield's back again. Um, they got Clooney now, I think, on defense, right? Did Cleveland sign him?
I haven't kept up with
I think they
County.
did. I think he signed there. Uh, so yeah, they're going to be good. Um, but Kansas City's still the team. As much as I hate saying it, Kansas City's still the team to beat in the AFC.
Yeah, so
Um,
you think the Browns can be a threat?
yes. Um, Buffalo, I
But
think, in Miami.
they're not the biggest threat.
No,
Who's
Buffalo
the
and
biggest
Miami, I think,
who's the
was
biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC?
the Raiders. Who else? You had
All
that
right,
one coming,
we
Marcus.
going. We
Marcus,
moving on.
you had that one coming, Marcus. You had that one coming.
We're moving on. I should have
The Las
expected. I
Vegas,
should have expected that
the
one.
Las Vegas Raiders, baby. That's
I
it.
should have expected that one. We're gonna move along and I just want to spend because of the draft the Cowboys had and their pick that they got first. That was Micah Parsons. And
Uh-huh.
now with Sean Lee retiring, do you think Micah Parsons can make a difference on defense for the Cowboys?
Yes, that was a great pick by the Cowboys. I wanted him. I wanted
You
the
wanted him
because
on the Raiders.
yes,
Yeah.
I
And he
thought the
opted
Raiders
out
were
of last year and he still
yeah.
got a high draft pick
Yeah, no,
because how good
he's
he
so
is.
good he is,
'Cause
and
I
he's
was
gonna
happy.
make.
I was like,
Yeah, he's gonna. I wanted him. I was shocked that the Raiders went after Leatherwood, but
Yeah,
we did need to patch up the offensive line. But Leatherwood could have fallen to us later on in the
yeah.
draft. I don't think nobody was going to draft him. That was a great pick by the Cowboys. Uh, he's going to be a solid linebacker for them, and he's going to make that defense a little better.
Mm-hmm.
He still has his flaws in the secondary, of course. Last year,
Mm-hmm.
everybody passed over Dallas and threw for 500 yards. Charlie
It was
Brown,
horrible.
it was
And
horrible. It was
and
horrible.
then it got so bad. Dallas usually got the prime time games, and they barely had it. They didn't have any,
Yeah,
I
I mean their offense was pretty good at the beginning.
well, yeah, when before Dak got hurt, the offense was, still trucking along, but the defense wasn't holding up. So the defense was still, allowing points, but Dak Dak went down, and that was it.
And,
And that was it for the
and
primetime games.
right, and don't forget that when Dak was there, the Cowboy offense was rolling.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That's what I just said. Like it was
Yeah, it
going.
was rolling,
Yeah,
and he's
it
fully.
was just the
They said
defense.
Dak was at a baseball game down in Texas the other day. I saw the Rangers game,
Mm-hmm.
and he looked healthy. He said
Well, he said he's ready to go.
he's ready to go.
That's
So
what he said.
I know
So
the
I'm
Cowboy
thinking,
offense is going to be good. I hope they straighten out a little bit. As much as I hate the Cowboys, I want to see them go 0-17. It doesn't matter. Uh, but
yeah,
I mean, they're in the NFC East,
yeah.
where Washington Redskins last year won the division with a 7-9 record. So let's see what happens this year. It's still the garbage league of the division of the NFL. I don't know.
Until that change, until we see better play, we still gotta call it the trash division of the NFL, and
Yeah,
it's just what it is. It's Giants,
it's garbage.
the Eagles, and
The Eagles
those teams
and,
better hope they
and,
better
and
improve.
the football team.
Oh, that football team. Oh, you mean in Washington?
Team.
That's in Washington D.C. That represents that area.
Yeah,
that football team.
That won the division with a 7-9 record. Go figure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're not even going to talk about it. We're going to leave football alone, bringing them up.
Let's get to the real deal right here. Look. Yeah.
Let's talk about the real deal, because we get into Major League Baseball next, folks.
Yes.
We're about to get into some baseball.
Yes. And you
I
see
had
the bandana,
to ask
the flag,
my
and the
brother. Hey, look, check it out again.
Look shirts. Look at that. New York, baby.
Represented, bro. You see that background. You see it in the background down
yes,
there in Cape Coral, Florida.
Yes, sir.
You see all the way we East Coast from the top to bottom. We representing
top.
Yankees. And brother, I got the question: are the Yankees finally on the right track?
Yes, I told you. The pitch. I told you at the beginning of the season. Remember when they were going through the little thing? I said once the weather starts warming up, the bats start coming around, and Stanton is having an MVP type year so far.
And I was on him a couple weeks ago. I've been
Everybody was
on him.
I was on him too.
How many hitting? He's on is it 10 game hitting streak?
Yeah, 11, I think.
11 now?
And he's had 3 or 4 hits in about 5.
Who jersey I'm going to buy, bro? Am I buying a Judge jersey? Am I buying a Stanton jersey?
Yeah, my wife already got one.
Am I buying a Cole jersey? Who I'm buying?
We let him win the championship.
All right.
We got to be fair.
Down. I'm bringing it
down. I said, remember I told you, come July or June, once the weather starts warming up, the Yankees will be in first place. Remember?
Yes, you did say that.
And what?
Second place.
Yes.
In the
and Boston lost again yesterday.
Yes.
So they got beat by the Tigers. The lowly Tigers beat them. So they're starting to come to Boston's starting to come to reality.
Yes.
And you'll see the Yankees within a week or so.
Yes.
Take over the first place, and they will stay there. They won't come down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna save the next question for the next show, because this is a question we're talking about, a rivalry. So we're gonna save that. You know what I mean? We only got a few minutes.
What's the rivalry? Hold on.
I'm asking. Okay, no, I forget. Go ahead. The rivalry in baseball now. this season, is the Padres versus Dodgers the best rivalry in baseball this season?
No,
This season.
it's always going to be the Yankees versus Red Sox. It doesn't matter.
No, you think it's even this season? You watch those Dodgers and
Yes,
Padres games?
yes. I've watched a couple of their games where Tatis hit the 2 home runs, so forth and so on. But listen, you can throw out the records when it comes to baseball. It doesn't
I'm just
matter.
saying. I'm not saying all the time. I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying this season.
This year. This
like
season?
right now.
Yeah,
right now.
Right now.
It's
a good. Yeah.
Let's say right now. As today, you know.
It's good. It's good. It's a good rivalry. It's going to be there all the time. But you know what the greatest rivalry is? The Red Sox versus the Yankees.
We can't. You know, I'm trying not to be biased. Not trying.
I'm biased.
Not trying to be easy. You know, we're trying to spread out. We want everyone, you know, around the country to listen to Toughest Balls. You know.
Okay, let's put it this way then. In the National League, yes. That is the rivalry right now.
That's the rivalry right now. Okay. That's fair. In the National League.
Yes. In the National League, yes. That's the best. And those
all right. Yeah. So we're breaking up again, bro. But in the National League, that's the rivalry right now. Padres versus Dodgers. And I think it's a good one, man. I think it can I think it's a ratings getter when they're on. You know what I mean? So you know,
that's gonna be a good race going down to the finish, and that division is gonna come. The Giants are overachieving, but I think they'll drop. San Diego, one of those teams is gonna win that division. San Diego or the Dodgers, and they play each other a lot during the summertime. So let's see what happens when the chips are on the table.
It's exciting since you know that we got. I like the rivalries between the teams. You know, it gets you excited, makes you want to sit and watch.
Yeah, and congratulations to Joe Means of the Baltimore Orioles yesterday for throwing a no-hitter.
Yeah, he got a no-hitter.
No-hitter. And here's a shout-out to, my opinion, the greatest baseball player ever who turns 90 years old today. Say hey, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
Happy birthday, brother. 90 years old, I think. I only saw him play in his later career, which he was almost over with. But everyone and their mama still say that Willie Mays was the greatest all-around baseball player ever. Happy birthday, Willie.
Yeah, I seen Tim Kirkson talk though. So
happy birthday. And he played for New York. He played for the Giants too. Don't forget New York Giants.
Yeah. So
Polo grounds.
Yeah. And before we get out of here, bro, we got one more question in baseball because we just talked about the Dodgers. You know what I mean? And just ask it flat out. Which team is the biggest threat to the Dodgers repeating as champs? Who you think?
Wow. I know San Diego's a good team. I think it's too early right now to tell.
Too early. Okay. It's too early.
It's too early right now to tell, but we'll
just keep it at that because I'm like, who? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yet.
No, let's give it a little bit of time. Let's give it to like June or July.
Right now, it's it's just simmering. It's not boiling yet. It's not boiling. Right, no, it's just simmering.
We're putting salt and pepper on it.
Yeah, we're seasoning. We're gonna bring that question back later on in the season. So we're gonna keep it right there, brother, as we go get up out of here, man. Go ahead and plug it, man. Go ahead and plug it.
Randy, the Fire Stick man. Here's the card right here. Here's the number, bro. 239-237-8164. Hit me up. Cable with everything, man. Pay-per-views, movies, TV series. We're better than Netflix. We're better than Hulu. We're better than Discovery Plus. We're better than everybody, man. Everybody, all your sports packages are there. MLB TV, everything, man. Give us a call. Hit me up. Find us. We are there. If you want more information, just holler at us.
Yes, sir. And make sure, if you following the show, make sure you follow the show on all our social media platforms. That's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's Instagram. It's Toughest Balls, TOUGHASBALLS. And make
the real deal, baby.
Yes, sir. Make sure you subscribe if you listen on Apple Podcasts, if you're listening to us on Google Podcasts, if you're listening to us on Spotify, wherever you listen to us, make sure you subscribe, comment, and share, interact with the show. If you want to get at the show, you can email us at toughestballs@gmail.com. That's toughestballs@gmail.com. And For my boy, the freaking Puerto Rican. You see what's
Let's go
going on.
Yankees.
I am the chosen one, and we are up out of here.
Let's go Yankees.
Peace.
Peace.
It's the will inside the battle to the very end. Green light, watch that green light. Man, I worked so hard in the team light. Had to put it on my back, make it breathe light. Now I'm moving non-stop, about to take flight. Green light, talking green light. Man, I worked